Well, I thought what would happen is probably going to happen. Obviously, the Cowboys game last week, Jason Peters came back at left tackle. Lane Johnson was dealing with a knee swelling, and if it wasn't for that, he probably would have played, and Jordan Mailata would have been on the bench. Jordan Mailata played at right tackle, didn't play well. This is pretty much like what happened to Andre Dillard. It's like I feel like I'm going through the same thing. What they did to Andre Dillard, they're doing to Jordan Mailata. And with Andre Dillard, they started him for 3 games. They put him at right tackle for 1 game, blew his confidence out of the water. Didn't do a good job, but I thought Jordan Mailata played better at right tackle than Andre Dillard did. But Jordan Mailata still struggled in that Cowboys game. But I think progressively he did get better. I mean, he did get a little bit better throughout the game, but he was still getting pushed back. He was still a little bit of momentum, but he was getting the blocks, so it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad as the game progressed. Now with this bye week, I figured what the Eagles are going to do. Because Lane Johnson's going to come back at right tackle. Jordan Mailata is going to be on the bench, and Jason Peters is still going to be at left tackle. So you take a guy that you drafted late, a rugby star, I had no idea how to play football, has so much more to learn, but really has been such a huge standout at left tackle for us. You take him out, you put Jason Peters back in there. In my opinion, they should have put Jason Peters at right guard and moved Herbig over to left or whatever it is. You don't need to have Matt Pryor play. Matt Pryor, I'm fine with Matt Pryor being a swing guy. They could have put Peters at right guard. They could have moved Herbig to left guard, and they could have just put Mailata at left tackle. I don't know what the big deal of that is at this point. I want Lane Johnson healthy as possible, obviously, but they could have done it like that. I don't know why you had to make this much of a switch around. Why does Matt Pryor have to play for? You have better guys than Matt Pryor right now. You have better people that could sit on the field right now than Matt Pryor. Okay, even though Matt Pryor does play better on the right side, I definitely saw that. They're doing the same thing to Jordan Mailata that they did to Andre Dillard, and it's so unfair. And Doug had this thought of, oh, well, Mailata could get a lot of information by sitting on the bench, and I don't know, some weird technologic, whatever that he's thinking right now, like that Jordan Mailata is going to learn something by being on the bench, whatever the hell it is. Jordan Mailata earned his starting spot, okay? And I'm tired of talking about this every single week. I'm tired of it because this coach I'm just tired of it. I can't even talk about it. It's a broken record every single week that involves everything. And what the big deal about this is, Doug doesn't know how to handle his roster. Doug doesn't know who to start, who to play. He favors the veterans over the young guys. Why do we even draft? Why do we even show up to the draft? We shouldn't even show up. We don't even deserve half the players that are becoming total gems. Jordan Mailata is one of those gems right now that could be so good. Because here's my predictions. Whether some of these guys get hurt, whether it's Lane Johnson or Jason Peters, Mailata is going to stay on the bench until that time happens, which I'm so mad about. Then what's going to happen next year in 2021, they're going to bring Jason Peters back for one more year on a 1-year deal. They're going to bring him back one more year next year. That's what's going to happen. And then Mailata is going to sit on the bench again next year. So I don't know what the case is. I have the answers. Jason Peters could play. Jason Peters could play right guard. Why? You guys have been trying to put him at right guard for so long, and then all of a sudden, because he goes upstairs to Doug's office and says, "Oh, I don't want to be at right guard. I want to be at left tackle." And that's when Andre Dillard got hurt. That's when Jordan Mailata never really had a chance. The only way you give these guys chances, you get them reps. And Jordan Mailata, I already knew that he would have did really well. When they first put him on the field, when he got drafted in preseason, he was throwing third, fourth stringers around like it was nothing. So that was a really good sign that there was good things to come out of that. But these are just my predictions, guys. Like, Lane Johnson's going to be healthy. This is going to be almost 2 weeks of rest, if he practices for a few days or whatnot. But, I love Lane Johnson. Don't get me wrong, but You could easily take Matt Pryor out of right guard. You put Jason Peters at right guard. You move Herbig to left guard. And then you put Jordan Mailata at left tackle. You have all three of your strongest guys. Matt Pryor is not the strongest out of the three of those guys, to be honest with you. I like Matt Pryor as a swing guy. I don't mind Matt Pryor starting, but I think you have a better group out there from the lineup I just told you. So I don't know what you guys think about this, but those are just my assumptions on what's happening. Not happy with it at all. It's like hit the restart button again. If Lane Johnson, Jason Peters stay healthy the rest of the year, we're at a restart for next year, because if Jason Peters doesn't get re-signed next year, which I highly think he probably will, because the team just can't stay away from him, it is what it is. You could just take the Darren Sproles situation, probably put that, because we couldn't get rid of Darren Sproles for a long time. He was always coming back. And finally, he hung up his cleats. So, other than that, guys, that's it. I'll see you guys later. SHAKESQUAD up. Fly, fly. Peace out, guys. Peace.